right, everybody. Jets fall to the New England Patriots 27-14 on Thursday Night Football. That is the final score as they now drop to 2-8 on the season. And it isn't so much a surprise that the Jets were going to lose this game. We knew they would. This two-game stretch that they are on with the Patriots and Ravens on the schedule were going to be impossible as this team shows you why they're a bad team. When you go up against good competition like this, a well-coached team, the Jets get exposed. Obviously, last two games, the Jets have played against bad teams. In the case of the Bengals and the Cleveland Browns, the Jets found ways to take advantage of bad teams and find ways to win games. This time, not being able to have much of a pass offense wasn't going to pass muster, especially against a team like the Patriots. And it's amazing, folks. It really is amazing when you look at the Patriots. Think about this. A year ago, the New England Patriots were 4-13 under Jared Maye, right? 4-13. So when I think about this game tonight with the Patriots and the Jets, and I think this is the case that everybody's thinking about, the difference between these two teams, which is miles apart, is the fact that it's all about coaching and execution. And the Patriots bring in Mike Vrabel, a guy who has been a successful head coach with the Tennessee Titans, built his own brand apart from the Patriot way, still part of the Patriot way, of course, as a player, when he won 3 Super Bowls in the first half of the Belichick-Brady era, but built his own identity in Tennessee as a head coach, well-traveled, and comes back to New England, and that team is right now 9-2, and they have the best record in the AFC. Yes, they've beaten some bad teams. Yes, they've beaten bad teams like the Jets this year, and they, have a fairly easy schedule based on opponents that they'll see for the rest of the way. I get all of that. I get it. But you can't take away from the fact that the Patriots are a well-coached team and they take care of business. And this was it's a total difference day and night between last year and this year. And look, a lot of things. I look at that sideline. You see Vrabel there. You see Josh McDaniels there, and you're thinking to yourself, a lot of things don't change. While things change, other things stay the same. And yes, the Patriots still, their offense looks very familiar from the days when Brady was there. They like to favor the tight end. They like to favor the star wide receiver, in this case, of Stephon Diggs. Okay, they like to hit high percentage throws with their quarterback, this, of course, now being Drake Maye. A lot of things look the same that we've seen for the Patriots in the past, but it feels a lot different, and it's, of course, a new era and a new brand of Patriots football now, but the results are the same. They just find ways to win, and they keep on winning. And the Jets, of course, they're just the complete opposite of that. They looked like and played like a disorganized mess, with the exception, of course, of one moment, and that was the opening drive of this game. Absolutely beautiful opening drive of this game by the Jets. 14 plays, 72 yards, marching down the field. Nice mix and match of runs to Breece Hall, Isaiah Davis, Justin Fields, when he can't see a play open for him, decides to take it and run on a number of plays. Fantastic game plan, a script in the first 14, 15 plays by offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand. But that was it for the Jets. Outside of the opening drive, they had 72 yards on the opening drive. The rest of the game, 173. 173. That's not going to get it done. And your quarterback, again, in Fields, only 116 yards passing. Certainly better than the, 57, 47 or 45 yards that he threw last week, or 57 yards he threw last week, which was more like 12 yards when you take the Breece Hall touchdown away from last week. But they didn't do much at all offensively. Breece Hall was shut down in this game. Only 58 yards on 14 carries for Breece Hall. In fact, Justin Fields had a better day rushing the ball, 67 yards, than Breece Hall did. Not good. It's not going to get the job done. And on top of that, what really has to drive the Jets and Jet fans crazy is they were in this game for most of the night. Really up until the fourth quarter, this was a 7-point game. The Jets were down 14-7. Then they got a big touchdown early in the third quarter. as it was a huge touchdown drive by the Jets where John Michie makes that catch wide open down the sideline from Justin Fields, but I think it was a 20-yard touchdown pass, makes it 21-14. That was a huge answer by the Jets after they fell behind 21-7, but they were in this game. They just couldn't make the big play. They couldn't make the big stop. They couldn't get the turnovers they desperately needed in order to give themselves a chance to get back into this game and maybe even tie it, maybe even win it, whatever it may be. And that's what's so frustrating about this football team is that they are just play here, play there, a number of plays away from doing something in a game, but they just don't have the smarts, the wherewithal, the personnel, the coaching to get the job done. And that's what's really got to bother you if you are a fan of that Jets football team. And look, the Jets were penalized 7 times in this game tonight. 7 times. And, of course, returned the ball over only once. And the mental mistakes were incredible. In fact, I have it listed here. And I'm going to be picking on Jarvis Brownlee a lot in this one because he was terrible. Brandon Stevens also was bad, too, in this Jets secondary. And I understand the Jets have a patchwork secondary. No more Sauce Gardner. No more Michael Carter III. But no excuse. These guys were bad. Jarvis Brownlee had a miserable night. Flagged 3 or 4 times in this game. Got hit with an unnecessary roughness penalty on a questionable call where he picked the receiver up and then body slammed him into the ground. I've seen players get away with that in the past, but they weren't going to let it slide this time. The officials called it, and of course, it gives the Patriots better field position instead of being 1st and 10 at the Jets' 46 or at their own 39-yard line. It's now 1st and 10 at the Jets' 46, so it gives Drake Maye and the Patriots a shorter field to work with. That didn't help. That eventually led to a Patriots touchdown, made it tie the game at 7. Then you have him get called for an illegal contact, which was later declined, fortunately, because of the big catch that was made there down the sideline by Mac Hollins in a play that was a busted play against Brandon Stevens, and Hollins made the catch. Brownlee was called for illegal contact on that play. There was also, and this really bugged me, and I know the Patriots missed a field goal in this drive anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but you have Quincy Williams breaking through this Patriot offensive line, getting a huge sack of Drake Maye. I believe that would have made it I believe that was a 3rd down play too. Huge sack of Drake Maye, and instead you have Brandon Stevens get called for illegal contact, and that wipes away that sack. Totally takes it out of play. Patriots get another opportunity, and of course, they, fortunately for the Jets, missed a field goal. You had to just facepalm yourself watching this by Jarvis Brownlee on Thursday night. There's a play here, 4th quarter, and Demario Douglas makes the catch, right? Slips, falls around the 40-yard line of the Patriots, gets up, and then moves into Jets territory untouched before getting tackled at the Jet 45-yard line. And the reason he went untouched is because Jarvis Brownlee walked right by him. He walked right by him. He just had his hand out like this. Didn't even touch him. Didn't even try to touch him. Didn't bend over to try to touch him. Are you kidding me? Can you show some effort? Can you show me a reason why you want to be here in 2026? When you make plays like that, it tells the coaches that Jarvis Brownlee shouldn't be here in 2026. That is even worse than the penalties. When you can't make a tackle, a simple tackle that would have, yes, I understand it's a 1st down anyway, but the Patriots are in their own territory, and you allowed him to get up and gain 16 more yards. Ridiculous. And then, of course, you have A.D. Mitchell, who was terrible. I'm sorry. Just terrible. The pass that Justin Fields threw, back shoulder fade down the sideline, should have been caught. It was right in his hands, right in the breadbasket, and he drops it. It would have been a 1st down for the Jets in Patriots territory. You're down 7 points, 14-7. If he makes the catch, who knows what that drive turns into at that point. He drops it. Huge. Huge. Then he has another pass. Now, I understand this pass was a little bit wide. Would have been a first down on a third down conversion, but Mitchell gets his hands on it. He had to, come back for the ball, but he also drops that. So he had a terrible day, one catch for 10 yards. That stood out as far as mental mistakes. Justin Fields, the intentional grounding in the fourth quarter. What was he thinking there? And then Joe Tippmann, I don't know what he was thinking on this. Now, yes, it's 3rd and 15. It was a short gain, but you get penalized for a unnecessary roughness. It's a huge 15-yard penalty. So instead of kicking or punting away, it's all about field position around, the 35-yard line. You're now backed up 15 more yards into the 20-yard line of the Jets to punt the football, and it gives the Patriots better field position again. It's these kind of things like that that just stand out when you look at this game, and you look at this team, and you look at this Jets team, and you look at the Patriots, and you say, that's the difference. That's what coaching is all about. You have to eliminate those kind of mistakes, those mental mistakes. And if you are on the field, you got to be aware of what you're doing. And it wasn't the case for the Jets in this game at all. 27-14. Patriots get the job done. No surprise at all. But that's what stands out. Look, Drake Maye, 281 yards passing. He looked great. 25 completions, a touchdown. Travion Henderson, 62 yards on the ground, 19 carries, looking like Corey Dillon in his prime with the Patriots around 2004. He looked good. 2 touchdown rushes for him. It was a total, I wouldn't say a blowout, because you can't say that, because the Jets were in this game. Patriots toyed with the Jets. The Jets had opportunities, but because of the lack of focus, the lack of good players, I guess you could say, at important positions, the lack of execution by the Jets put the Patriots in a very comfortable spot in the fourth quarter where they could just kick a couple of field goals and go home. They cover the spread, of course. They were 12.5-point favorites. They win by 13, and that's it. Jets sit there at 2-8. They are what we all think they are, and we all know, but the changes that need to come the offseason for this Jets team, but they have a long, long way to go before they ever get close to even sniffing the New England Patriots. And by that point, who knows? The Patriots could be well on their way to another dynasty in the AFC at that point. Then there's this. Jets owner Woody Johnson keeps finding ways to embarrass himself. This on the Jets press. The New York Jets' soon-to-be 15-year playoff drought has produced a fair shortage of low moments. The latest came Thursday when it was reported that the NFL owners have filed a grievance against the NFLPA in an attempt to eliminate the league's annual report card, a program designed to give players an anonymous outlet to grade their organizations. And wouldn't you know it, Woody Johnson was reportedly the key figurehead behind the NFLPA pushback. It's hard to see why. Because Johnson got an F. His own players gave him an F last year. The Jets were ranked 29th overall and cited a culture of fear within the organization. We talked about this shortly after the Woody Johnson comments about Justin Fields a few weeks ago, about a month ago now. And here we are again. Woody Johnson sticking his own foot in his mouth, getting involved and trying to spearhead a coup, if you will, of an NFLPA program to report grades on teams. It's anonymous. There's nothing wrong with it. Heck, even teams like the Kansas City Chiefs got C's on certain aspects within their organization. It's just honesty. And, hey, look, you're telling me that players throughout the history of the NFL, especially since the NFLPA came together, haven't spoken to one another and tell each other, hey, this organization does this organization does that. You may not want to go over there and bring your family over to this team in this town. Of course it does. So for Woody Johnson to get involved in this and to have another black eye for this organization, I mean, really, Woody? Really? It's bad enough that you put the kibosh, that you didn't like being graded to begin with, which was reported of course, last year, and of course reestablished again this year. Didn't help matters when you said that your quarterback couldn't throw a football worth a damn a few weeks ago. Now you got to be at the forefront of this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now 16 years for the Jets without a playoff berth. Meanwhile, the Patriots, a team like that, 4-13 a year ago, well on their way to the playoffs, and we'll see what they're able to do once they get there. But Jets fever, folks. Go catch it. We'll talk to you next time. Next time we're back here on the Sports Talk Nation, we're going to talk about the Giants, their coaching search, some interesting names getting thrown about. Like and subscribe right here to the Sports Talk Nation. We'll catch you next time.